Hey guys, so I just have another video that I like to make here regarding what the Bible says regarding marriage. And specifically, I have in mind a specific verse in Ephesians chapter 5 where it talks about the relationship between the husband and the wife, and the Bible quotes a specific verse where it says in the book of Genesis that for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall be joined into his wife, and they two shall be one flesh, right? And so, and again, just to be clear, obviously I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not someone that specializes in like counseling people that, that have marriage problems or what have you. I mean, I'm not even married myself yet. I mean, I'm engaged, but I'm not married as of yet. But that being said, I do want to just point out kind of an obvious thing that the scripture is teaching us, right? When you just read that verse at face value, when you go back to the original Genesis quote, and of course, when you see it quoted in like Matthew 19, Ephesians chapter 5, other places as well, the Bible says that the man leaves his father and mother and then joins obviously unto his wife. And so the Bible is very clear about the fact that obviously when you get married, you're not supposed to live with your parents anymore, right? You're not supposed to move in with your in-laws or something weird like that. The Bible teaches that when you get married, you're not supposed to live with them anymore. You can't live with your mom. You can't live with your dad. You have to live in a separate place with just you and your wife. And that's what the Bible teaches regarding marriage. Like when you get married, you're not allowed to live with your parents anymore. That is something that the Bible is against. The Bible specifically tells you that the man leaves his father and mother, and then of course joins unto his wife. And of course, that's just what the Bible teaches very clearly. But of course, there's a lot of practical reasons for why this is the case. Because presumably, if you're living in someone else's house, right? Let's say your parents' house or your in-laws' house, obviously they're the ones paying the bills. They're the ones paying for the utilities and things like that. And so obviously you kind of have to follow their rules, right? And if you're living in a house with people that are like saved or unsaved, or maybe they're saved, but they're just kind of like very backslidden and they're not really serving Christ, then obviously there's going to be a lot of like conflicts in that regard. They might interfere in your marriage because you're literally living in their house. Whereas you're not going to have this issue if you just simply lived in your own apartment, in your own house, and not living with your parents and not living with your in-laws. So that way they're not influencing your marriage and getting involved into things that they're not really of their concern. And so again, the Bible's very clear about that. You leave father and mother, you cleave unto your wife. And if you do things the biblical way, then it's going to make sure that a lot of those conflicts and issues are not going to come up.